Delta Gree, Operation Fulminate, Session 3, Part 1. The beginning of the end.
All right. So to kind of like refresh our memories of like what happened in the last session. So we have Agent JZ and we have Agent Agent Jay Burrick had actually jumped out a window at the Trailhead Station when they saw these strange, tall, like humanoid beings with this grayish yellow skin and nothing but loincloths. In the flashing lightning, they could kind of just make them out, and they just went right out to confront them. Agent JZ point blank shot with a shotgun to one of them, or was it like a shotgun or your rifle? I can't remember.
Yeah, the hunting rifle and
hunting rifle.
Berwick had the
That's right.
shotgun.
That's right. Point blank shot, and it seems to just pass through this creature and just blows the tree he was standing in front of apart. But Agent Jay gets a shot off with his shotgun. You notice, both of you notice that these creatures seem to almost be kind of phasing in and out of the material world, and he happens to get a shot off when one of them looks more solid. Center mass, shotgun blast, center mass, drops him to the ground, apparently dead. Then Agent JZ feels a presence in his mind, and this presence just creates this overwhelming mental pressure, this overwhelming mental compulsion to turn around and shoot and kill Agent J. And then I forgot what happened, but I know Agent J didn't get shot. Agent JZ, do you remember what happened?
Yeah, Jay Berwick skipped to the right and threw a flashbang and blinded me and everybody else. Stunned us for around there and blinded. Yeah, and that actually, and I think basically they disappeared after that.
You're right. That you felt this like compulsion fade from your mind, and just as that happened, you're looking at these two incredibly tall creatures. They're like 3 meters tall, and they just gone from your sight. No sound, nothing. Just one moment they're there, the next moment they're not there. That's where we left off with Agent JZ and Agent Jay Burke. Now, let's flash over to Agent Jackson and Agent Jenkins. So Agent Jenkins, I'm trying to remember what exactly happened with Brandon McGill. So you try to you go to try and sedate Brandon McGill to try and surgically remove this whatever's underneath his skin on the back of his neck, below that strange like Aztec sort of tattoo, that green tattoo that you discovered on his neck. But then, as you go to try and sedate him, he starts getting really upset, doesn't want to get a shot, and he starts just freaking out. And then all of a sudden the stove starts trembling and shaking, and then rips right out of the wall and the floor and smashes against a wall, causing a gas leak. Whole place starts filling up with gas. Someone breaks out the window to try and ventilate some of the gas. And then I know Brandon McGill gets thrown into a fireplace. But there was some stuff that happened in between there. Can you remind us, Agent Jenkins, how did we get to the fireplace?
When Brandon did not seem like he would cooperate with the impromptu surgery with my colleague, Dr. Jackson, as primary, I think maybe the shock of the stove sort of ripping out of the wall caused us both to go into fight or flight, and he ran, and I
That's right. That's right. And so blood everywhere. Park ranger comes in. She sees Brandon's corpse and just loses it, starts screaming, goes to him, what happened? And then you convince her that it was related to, was it like a gas leak?
I think that it was like the stove thing
Exploded.
was like an explosion. Right. And that
and she,
and I got burned actually pretty bad myself.
Right, you were burned. Right, you were burned, and so you're able to convince her that she has to get out of here, and she has to get everybody else out of Trailhead Station because this place could, blow up at any moment. So she kind of regains some of her composure, goes out and starts telling everybody and the other park rangers, we got to get out of here. We got to get out. And people are like, what do you mean? Thunderstorm outside. It's the worst thunderstorm I've ever seen. We got to get out of here. This whole place could blow. So in all this confusion, people just start streaming outside into Trailhead Station. And then you, at some point, Agent Jenkins, look at the body of Brandon, or what you have been led to believe is the body of Brandon. And you see something that looks like a little tiny, like almost like a little bean sprout growing out of like the ragged stump of his neck.
I think I took
you were
Sam
the only
lost
one
from that. Yeah.
I think you were the only one in the room at that point. You go in to take a closer look, and you see it's not like a bean sprout. It's actually a little tiny embryonic head growing out of the stump of the neck, and its eyes are closed. And as you kind of lean in to try and see what is that, the eyes open suddenly and look right at you. And that's when you, if I remember right, start gathering up towels and anything you can and start wrapping up the body. And you take the body into the game room where there's the social room where there's like the fireplace, and Agent Jubilee is sound asleep in a easy chair, and I think Agent Jackson was in there as well. And you're like, you throw the body into the fireplace, and it starts just making this horrible noise, this inhuman noise, if I remember right.
Yeah, and then the white stuff came out, and Agent Jackson was debriefing the parents and the other Brandon.
That's right. So Agent Jackson's in the other room. You throw the body into the fireplace. It starts, as the towels and stuff burn away, the body starts convulsing, and it seems like sweat, this thick, white, viscous substance that then leaps out of the fireplace and seems to move around, like slither around, like almost like it has some sort of sentience, and it ends up breaking out, punching a hole through one of the windows and slithering outside. Agent Jackson, where were you when all this was happening?
Jenkins called me in, and I attempted first to find like a flare, failed a luck roll, and then went in and grabbed a log from the fireplace and attempted to beat the slithering thing before it escaped, but instead lit the room on fire.
Right. So now the drapes in this game room are on fire, and you got a gas leak. Now the gas leak is a little bit mitigated, you think, because the window is broken out in the kitchen. So at least there's some ventilation, but it's still pumping gas into this whole building. And then as people were running out, we have all of these, the park rangers and all of these backpackers just go running out into this terrible thunderstorm. And you could all hear some of them just start screaming and yelling. It's like, what's that? What's that in the trees? What? Holy shit! Are those little kids? What's wrong with those kids? What's going on? And that's when we stopped.
I would say the only important thing is that they all saw some of the gunfight but we have a cover that there were like mangy rabid bears
Yes, if I
explaining
remember
what the
right,
strangers right.
brown bear, polar bear hybrids, which would explain why their skin, grizzly bear, polar bear hybrids, which would explain, yeah, grizzly, polar bear hybrids, which would explain their strange skin tone.
Yeah.
Not necessarily why these bears decided to wear loincloths, but
Yeah,
you got the start of a story, a cover story.
Yeah, those sacrificial daggers are nothing special.
Yeah. Why is a grizzly? Yeah. Why is that bear wearing a loincloth and carrying a dagger? Is that normal?
Now I have a question, GM John.
Yes.
With the timing, I sort of come out of the stunned flare state, and the strangers have gone, the compulsion has gone from me. So there's a moment of, now in that moment because I remember that the slime ball, the viscous slime ball, was banging on that window, and then broke through with Jackson burning the curtains and everything, which I don't know. But would it be possible that I'm outside? I know there's quite a bit going on, but could I maybe have heard that? Is the timing right for maybe me to have heard the break out of the window?
It's not the timing that would be an issue. Is that it's on the other side of Trailhead Station. So since it's on the complete other side of the building, and with this just thunder and lightning and this really heavy rain, I don't think you would have heard just like a window like breaking out, and it's just kind of like slithering out. It's like just slime, so it's not really making a whole lot of noise other than when it just went up against the window, like pop, pop, crack, and then shot out through the window.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But most of the hikers are heading out that side, right? Towards on the west side. Is that right?
Yes. So what you see on the map, they all came out the front door, and some are on like the porch like deck, some are running out into the yard.
And they're shouting.
But what you can hear is you can hear some of them yelling and screaming
about the children
because they're outside.
Yes, I'll run that way then. I'll run
that way.
And let's see what I see when I get there.
I can't remember.
Agent Daisy, we yelled motel bathroom. We have a motel bathroom situation really loudly, but we didn't describe anything because of the bystanders.
Okay, well that's definitely stuck in my mind. I know what that means.
Mm-hmm. The creature that was shot dead, I can't remember if you narrated that anything came out of it. Was that something that happened?
No, that's a good question. So when Agent J shot it in center mass with his shotgun, it fell back. Its body, its abdomen just shredded by the shotgun blast, but it bled something that looked kind of like a white goo, but it didn't. The white goo didn't seem sentient. Didn't move of its own accord. It just fell back and appears to be dead.
Yeah. I suppose. Yeah, actually thinking about it, I can hear all that confusion. I will give a quick look over the body. I mean, I'm not the doctor or anything, but I will give a quick look just over the body if there's anything I can tell. Any I can see the dagger maybe.
Yeah, you could see the dagger. It's wearing a loincloth, has kind of a wide, broad, flat nose. If you kind of open up the mouth, you can get a closer look. And like a shark, it has double rows of teeth, but they're not sharp. They're wide, flat, kind of almost like a Neanderthal or something, like teeth, but double rows, top and bottom. Kind of a lanky build, well muscled, no fat that you could see on the body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Do you have?
I have Humint. I'm trying to remember what Humint is exactly, but
No, that's like more for like understanding, like, is someone telling you the truth or trying to
Yeah, right.
ascertain like their mental state? I think really you'd probably be looking more at medicine
Yeah.
if you're trying to like see is like, is this thing,
Mm-hmm.
even remotely human or not?
I have quite a low occult. Yeah.
I mean, you could
Um,
try a cult to see now that you got a really closer look at one to see does that, bring up anything.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll quickly try that.
And remember to mark. Remember, I mean, this
Yep.
this is the last session, but who knows? Maybe these agents will come back because we could always also do a mission that goes backwards in time and fills in that gap between these two missions as well. If all sorts of crazy stuff can happen in Delta Green.
Yeah.
And remember too, if you don't forget to give yourself the rolls for your skills, like any skill you failed on last session, to click that button on the character sheet that would roll for your skills in case you get a little bump if you failed any.
I might
So,
yell.
yeah,
I
you're
might
like-
yell. I'll yell to Jay Berwick just to stay with the body, just to secure the body, and I'll run over to the chaos.
Yep. So he'll like pulls out his shotgun, reload, make sure it's reloaded, and gotcha, man. Gotcha. I'll cover you. And he's gonna watch over the body and kind of be like watching as you run around to make sure nothing else just comes springing out. So Agent JZ, why don't we? Okay, let's now we're picking it up. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll run to the right. I think we've got game paused at the moment, but I'll run over to the west.
There we go. Game is now unpaused.
Where it's on, like Donkey Kong. I'm running to the.
I picture him saying that to you. It is on like Donkey Kong. Like Agent J. Burke is just like, just shakes his head. It's on like Donkey Kong. Just like taking your rifle.
Yeah. We got a motel room. I hear the shout about the motel room. That's wow. Okay, and I have seen that viscous stuff coming out of it, but nothing sentient there. But I can hear this shouting about the children and the chaos and the hikers. So I'm running down here to see what's going on outside.
All right. So I'm sorry. You're running around and you
running around.
You were something about getting a motel room. Yeah, on your like phone, trying to book a room.
Yeah. Come on, Janice, let's do it.
I knew there was some magic between you two the first time you put a gun in her face and threatened her.
I know. Yeah. And I'm just running over here to see what the chaos, the shouts about the children. If I'm lucky enough to see that viscous lump basketball thing rolling away, I'll be.
Actually, he prefers to be Monster Master Joe. Is this what he prefers to be called? Instead of the white viscous lump.
That's perfect, dude. Well done.
Gotta get you a T-shirt that says that. White viscous lump. So you get around this corner. You round this corner over here, and you see, like, as you get down towards your guys' SUV, again, you see like some backpackers over here, and they just look really shaken. They look really shaken, and they're like, "Did you see that? What the hell was that?" And the park ranger's like, "What are you talking about?" They're all trying to cover their, rain is just coming down. There's no protection. It's like, I'm telling you, there were kids in the damn woods. Like, what are you talking about? There. And they're like pointing just to the west of where you're standing.
I say to the warden, come with me, come on. If any of the hikers look able or sensible, what did you see? Come with, let's go. Let's chase them. We need to find them.
The backpackers are like, fuck that. Did you see those kids? I mean, those kids weren't right, man. There was like something wrong with their faces. No. And the park ranger's like, maybe it'd be best if we stayed here. The storm and the grizzly polar bear things. Maybe it's better if we stay here.
And I try and persuade or intimidate or
You sure can. You go ahead. Try and
Come
persuade.
on, persuade.
You've got this, Jay-Z.
There's no way to improve my chances, is there?
Oh,
100 critical. Hell yeah.
Oh man, I think that's the second time I've rolled that.
They're like, no way, man. No way. I wouldn't go into that woods if I were you, but man, I'm no way in hell am I going in there. The park ranger's like, I think I should stay here and watch over everybody. You know, it's getting pretty bad out there. I don't want to run afoul any bears, dagger wielding bears.
We couldn't say that was the hikers. Now I try for the ranger, the brave ranger.
I think you're kind of just like yelling back at all of them. Let's go, guys. Let's go find out what this is. And they're like, no way, man. This ain't no episode of Scooby-Doo. I know how this ends. We go into the woods and we all get murdered.
Okay, I grab out my big torch, shoulder up my gun, and hit in there off to the west.
Man, Jay-Z knows no fear. So Jay-Z runs off into the woods in this like terrible storm towards whatever these strange, like creepy children that some of these hikers are like screaming about. All right, let's jump over to Agent Jenkins and Agent Jackson. What are you guys doing? The fire has started in this room. Your window to be able to try and put it out is going to rapidly close. What do you want to do?
I think Jackson wants to run over back to the family, and he's like, "Sir, madam, grab your kid. We have to get out of here. Follow me." And he's gonna escort them out the front door. I was thinking of maybe.
What's going on, Doctor? What's happening?
Minor,
what's wrong with our son? He won't talk.
Oh well, we'll get to that. It's a process. These things take time, but we'll dig into that. You have our full support. But in the meantime, this building struck by lightning. There's a fire. We need to evacuate.
Okay. All right. Should we just take our car? What do we follow you? What do we do?
Actually, no. I'm thinking of putting them in the Bronco,
you could put them in the Bronco.
Yeah.
Because both the Bronco and their car are here, and there's like a pickup truck that the park rangers would use too.
Okay.
So you got like three vehicles.
Yeah, I'd like to put them in the back of the Bronco. Make sure that the keys aren't still present. Take them if they are, and just tell them, please wait here. We've got the situation under control, but you'll be safe. You'll be safe in here, and then I'll see.
Okay, so you put the family and Brandon in the Bronco.
Yep. Okay. Do
we
have radios? Sorry, is that canon that we have radios?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. You're talking like walkie-talkies sort of thing.
Yeah.
That you guys can Yeah, you guys do. Yep.
Would my character know of this body to go take a look at, or not?
I don't remember.
You can ping him on. You can ping Jay-Z.
So anyway, that's my turn for now. That's fine. Yeah.
And you could also Agent Jay Burrick is you don't know this, but he's still up there,
right,
with the body, and he'd have a walkie as well.
Yeah. Let's say after I put them in the vehicle, I sort of start heading in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, and Agent J, are you gonna radio him?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, what's the situation?
He's like, Doc, if you can, you might want to get up here and take a look at this. I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at.
On my way.
Agent Jenkins.
I think we were already in the process of trying to get the Rangers to lead people in the opposite direction of where all the sort of the drama was going down. I'm thinking we also talked with Agent Jay-Z about maybe pushing towards where Brandon was originally found. If we have two vehicles, I mean, it might be a little faster. So I don't know where the bodies are relative to the vehicles, but the Ranger truck and our Bronco, I think I would start getting those positioned to sort of drive towards where Brandon was found. and then I would be asking, has this Brandon spoke to us right earlier, or is he not uttered? He's never
He's
said
not uttered
anything.
a single word yet.
I'm gonna
And
start
you guys, I don't
asking
think you
him-
guys have I'm sorry. I don't think you guys have interacted with him yet. Like actually
Well-
tried to speak with him. His parents, yes, but
Yeah.
You guys
we did move him
examined
in
his
front of
neck.
fire.
yep.
Right. He's got some happy pills in his system, I think, because that was the anti-epileptic where
Yep.
That's right,
benzos
yeah.
or something.
Yep. Right. He
Um,
started having a seizure when exposed
yeah.
to the got close to the fire to try and warm him up, and because he was
Right.
wet from being outside.
Yeah, so I will try to ask him, Brandon, do you remember, because I know this is from the other Brandon, but I will say it to this Brandon. Do you remember Evelyn and Thomas, and see if he reacts at all?
And he just he looks at you and he just says, Asadagawa, Asadagawa, Asadagawa. And his mom and dad are like, what is he saying? That's the first thing he said. What does that mean? Asadagawa? What is that? And give me, if you have a cult, anything in a cult, what is your or unnatural?
I have a natural. I don't. I'm checking the cult real quick.
What is your unnatural score?
It's only like 17, but that's relatively high for
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
because you start with 0. 17 is higher than 11.
Yep.
Which is
Go
my
ahead and
cult.
give us an unnatural roll. You know, there's just
Yeah.
kind of like something in the back of your head, but you just can't.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
like,
lock
does
it
he seem distressed, or just he's trying to communicate?
At the moment, it seems like he's just trying to communicate.
I'm like, Brandon, point at which one of us is your uncle, and see if he reacts, and does he seem confused when I say that?
And he looks at his mom, looks at his dad, looks around, and then he just looks at you again and says, Asadagawa.
I'm gonna try one more thing. Brandon, do you know which one of us is your dad?
And he looks at his father. And then looks back
Like
at you.
pretty conclusively, like no hesitation. He's not trying to suss it out.
There's
Okay.
there's exactly. Yeah, there was no hesitation, looked right at his dad, made eye contact, and his dad's like, yes, that's
Okay.
good, Brandon. Yeah, it's me, it's daddy. And then he
Okay.
looks back at you.
So they're settled in the Bronco. So I'm gonna
Yeah, so you're kind of like they're in the back seat. You're kind of
Right.
talking to them.
I'm gonna disappear into the trunk for a second. Okay.
Oh no!
I come back.
I just demolitions roll. Everything's gonna be okay, folks.
I come back.
C4.
I set them up to die in that Bronco.
I come back. Let's not jump to conclusions, people here. But there are any number of reasons why I could have made that roll.
I've got
and
to give you your own special FBI lanyard.
Right, no. No, come on. I'm not a one-trick pony. I hand Brandon the taxidermied fox, which seems oddly heavy, and just say to the parents, like, make sure he holds onto this. This might comfort him a little bit. You know, a stuffed animal situation. And then
the parents are like, this is a dead fox. It's not a stuffed animal. This is hideous. What?
he might be into it. We don't know.
Give me a persuasion roll. See if you could like convince them that this would be therapeutic and good for their son to hold on to a dead fox.
It's cute. It's a cute googly-eyed fox. It's adorably ugly.
This is disgusting. This
It's
old,
fine.
smelly taxidermy dead fox.
You know what?
I don't think that's what our son needs right now.
Right. Well, I mean, he probably also didn't need to be abandoned for 40 years. We shouldn't be throwing stones here, but okay.
We did something,
hear you.
and it just breaks down. I didn't abandon my son. He was taken from me. I want to talk to your supervisor.
We'll compromise here, and I will
His
put
wife
the
is
fox.
His wife is like, why does the FBI have a dead fox in their car?
It's
What is happening?
the stuffed fox, ma'am. Calm down. I will put it. Listen, I hear you. I'm a public servant, and you are taxpayers. Your customer is always right. I will put it up here in the front seat. No harm, no foul. And I go to join Agent Jackson. We'll be right back.
All right. So they're in the car, kind of freaking out. Let's go back to Agent JZ.